Hey guys, so it has been a crazy week between the unpleasantries of the early demise of Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, which I still can't believe. Like I'm his videos and I'm watching it, and I'm like I still can't believe the guy's gone, and in such a terrible way. To apparently some other school shootings, and but we're going to find a way to turn a positive spin on this because I'm sure Charlie wouldn't have wanted us to live just constantly mourning his loss and wanting us to go on to, thinking about his last moments. He'd want us to push on and, and we're if anything, I think he said that you can tell a lot about a person about, how they react when someone dies. And a lot of people showed who they were. A lot of disgusting, nasty people. And of course, it's your free speech to think so and say what you want. But as the left constantly told us when Biden was in charge, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. And this was back when, oh, you're election deniers, you're this, you're that. They were canceling people for misgendering others and saying freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. Here we have them celebrating the assassination of someone. So we're going to be some basic bitches here. We're going to live, laugh, and love. We're going to live for today. We're going to laugh at all these people who have been fired, and we're going to love doing it. So first, we have the video game industry. So Bethesda tweets and deletes video apparently appearing to mock Charlie Kirk tragedy. You don't care much about these fascists, do you? Sonic the Hedgehog, of course. They look exactly the way you think. French indie game caravan sandwich celebrate Charlie Kirk killing, doubles down with hostile replies against gamers. Senior Sucker Punch dev Drew Harrison reportedly fired. Kotaku founder mocked death of Charlie Kirk. And then we have count them, 24 minutes, 22, and 20 minutes. All of people who have basically fucked around and found out. People getting fired for mocking Charlie Kirk. So this is almost an hour, actually over an hour, of people fucking around and finding out. But the left will tell you, no one celebrated it. No one said anything about it. People weren't celebrating. So again, we're going to be some basic bitches. Now this is Yinka That Guy. I don't know if there's going to be commentary in between. I haven't watched any of these, but I just saw people getting fired for mocking Charlie Kirk. Number 2 and numero 3. So Inca That Guy. And yeah, we're gonna watch some people fucking around and finding out. Again, if you want to mock his death, you are more than happy, more than welcome to do so. But do not be surprised when employers decide that they don't want you representing their company. Again, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. If you want to cancel people for saying that there's only two genders or, misgendering or whatever and say that, well, right back at you when you openly celebrate the assassination of someone just because they had a different opinion than you. Anyway.
From yesterday, what the fuck? I gotta pay my rent! What the fuck? Yo, I told y'all was gonna not give me fired when y'all did!
I think it's high time, with all the grieving that's been going on, that we need to laugh at a few people and drink up their tears. Get your glasses, get your cups, whatever you need. We are going to have a great time on these videos. Time to drink the woke tears. is good.
Fired from my job. I was just 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 fired from my job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. Ah! 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 Ah!
Concerned men with cherry biome Canadian into
Before we continue with this one, there was a smaller compilation, very, very small compilation I saw on Twitter and I commented. So I'm going to bring that one up real fast. And all right, so here is the compilation. It's very small. It's about a minute, but
So y'all got me fired from my job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
So I've lost my job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
So I was just fired from my job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired! You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Another one bites the dust. The cancellation of Democrats in progress.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Meet Haley Curdell, a 911 dispatcher from Nashville, Tennessee.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired! You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
so I came in and with a bit of eloquence, I simply stated, this made me so fucking hard. And you know, but yeah, a 911 dispatcher. You wouldn't believe how many teachers are doing this. Also, the dude, I'm sure you know him, Brian Krassenstein, you know, the brothers, so here's the thing. So the guy who did it has a either transgender roommate or transgender lover. And the left is so determined to try to sweep this under the rug, to try to gaslight, oh, he's not transgender. We got the latest rumors that Tyler Robinson's roommate, Lance Twiggs, was transgender. Apparently, Lance went by Luna. There is no indication that he was transgender. Below is a video of him, and if he was transgender, which there was no such evidence currently, he is who helped the police catch Tyler. He should be praised. And then he posts like this. Yes, because we all know of, you know, this person can't be transgender, because we all know transgender and their irrational fear of snow and snow activities. And then the person we have, MAGA fan, this is his roommate. Does this not look transgender to you? And again, it's like posting a picture of him snowboarding. Are you saying that trans people can't snowboard? Again, you know, it's like the stereotype of black people with water. We all know that trans people have that irrational fear of snow and snow activities. But I don't know if anyone actually points that out. He's literally wearing a furry hat on his helmet. You just proved yourself wrong. You're already assuming his pronouns. This is a woman snowboarding. Yeah, again, because transgender, snow is like their kryptonite, apparently, according to this fucking dumbass moron. I want to say the other word, the F word, not fuck. I say fuck more than enough. I mean the other word. You know, Melanie Mac's favorite word. Anyway.
Concerned men, where is Cherry? Inclined in-
Now, I don't know why you decided to record this, but I don't understand the brains of mentally ill people. So yeah, you can do what you want to do. And you did make my day by recording this video. So thank you.
Guys, I hate having to make videos like this, but I just got let go from the University of Florida as an employee. They didn't tell me why. There's all sorts of things I have to do now. But in the meantime, while I'm looking for a new job, there will be some more sim racing content, it looks like, and possibly even more Japanese content while I go to class. Stay tuned.
Damn, that really sucks. I would not want that to happen to you. I wish you could hold your job, but unfortunately, you know, you say certain things and certain things happen to you. That is unfortunately how life works, and I thought you would understand that, but clearly you don't. But yeah, I don't want that to happen to you.
My TikTok done bit me in the ass because I just got let go from my job for my TikTok. I guess my boss saw the TikTok, so I'm on my way home right now. So I guess...
I'm just really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself fucking shot, because he's right. Empathy is dangerous to society, so...
Alright, so this is Riverside Walter Reed Hospital. Works in a hospital. These are the disgusting fucking cunts you're interacting with on a daily basis who are celebrating the assassination of someone. These are the same people who gave Saint Fentanyl Floyd a fucking gold casket and built statues in honor of him, a fucking career criminal, but they're celebrating Charlie Kirk being assassinated when all he wanted to do was have open discussions. These are the people teaching your kids. These are the people in the medical centers. These are the people who are now shocked that they're being let go from their jobs because their bosses see how fucking vile and disgusting of a human being they actually are. And they're like, we don't want to touch that. We don't want this representing our company. All that's going to do is drive people away. We're in a business to make money, not lose it. But here we have Riverside Walter Reed Hospital, Middle Peninsula. Early yesterday morning, Thursday, September 11th, Riverside became aware of a social media post made by an individual contracted through North American Partners of Anesthesia, our anesthesiology group, that included highly inappropriate comments supporting violence against a public figure. We took prompt action, and by mid-morning on September 11th, her contract through Napa was terminated. Vegeta! The individual is no longer affiliated with Riverside Health. Good. Again, you wanted to show yourself as a disgusting human being. Again, freedom of speech, right? But as they told us for 4 years, every time we misgendered someone, every time we dead named someone, every time someone wanted to say how the election looked a little funky, they would cancel you. And then when you ask questions about it, they say freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence. Well, here you have them cheering for the assassination of someone. So I think that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence really applies to this situation. You're the people who set the rules. We're just playing by those rules now.
No one should give a fuck that he's dead. He said it. I'm just saying his words. All I'm doing is using his words. You can't be mad at me for using his words. I think empathy is a new wave thing and is very problematic. You right. No empathy for you. Zero.
Well, doesn't it suck to be you?
And about social media posts, a teacher, I put out a statement about a half an hour ago. We will be conducting an outside investigation into this. I can't discuss the details, but I will share that, as we all know, we hold ourselves and our students to the highest professional standards. And we want to respect that process.
Chris, in your communication, you mentioned their staff job status.
Oh, thank you. Yes, they're on page administrative.
Okay. And the investigation will be performed by who?
I believe there's an agenda item for Monday night to discuss the hiring of an outside independent investigator.
Okay. And again, there are this is not an agenda item, but I think I can speak for the entire school committee that any acts of political violence cannot be tolerated. So with that, Superintendent Ashley, do you have any achievements or announcements to?
So, I was just fired from my job. So, yeah, follow me. I don't know. Like this video, give me a follow, and stay tuned for more content because it is coming. It is coming.
Stay tuned for more content because she definitely has a lot more free time now.
Not that it's going to make any difference, and this is no offense to people who work at, fast food restaurants, but you more than likely got fired from McDonald's, so I don't even know what you should be crying over. We can clearly see you're trying to hold back the tears with your, peace signs, but deep down inside, you're clearly crying for your life.
We have sent out over 300 emails to employers, and we have gotten now 15 confirmed fires. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Gabrielle from Illinois.
Also, this dude is pretty cool. Apparently, he has so the that homeowners association, the those fucking people on the block, like, excuse me, your hose is sticking too far onto the sidewalk and it's becoming a hazard. That group of people that are just complete fucking Karens, apparently tried to take his dog away from him. And he just completely he owned them. But he's doing some good work. I don't know his political affiliation. I don't care. He seems like a cool dude. But yeah, this dude really seems to be heavy into being an activist. And if he's trying to get people fired for being disgusting human beings, either he's right-leaning or someone with common sense. Or he could be on their side. I don't know, because there are a lot of people on the left who are looking at this and like, why are you celebrating? You're making the left as a whole look bad. Stop it. But
you're fired. Lincoln from Utah, you're fired. Amanda, another Amanda from Wyoming, you've been terminated. Suck it. Shasta from Washington State, your ass is fired. And Curtis, again from Texas. What the hell, Texans? What the fuck? Curtis from Texas, you've also been terminated. You're welcome. Now, truth being told, I've probably lost about 50,000 followers throughout all social medias while I'm doing this. But
sometimes people need to understand that sometimes it's not about the views. It's not about the followers. It's about doing what's right. And some people are more than happy to take a hit in subscribers. And I say it all the time. I say, I'm going to say shit that you may not like. Leave your nasty comment, downvote, unsubscribe. I don't fucking care. Because I'm not going to be a person who's stifling myself as to appease other people. I say what I say. I mean what I say. And if you don't like it, if you don't like me saying that there's two genders, if you don't like me saying that if you're celebrating his death, that you're a nasty, vile, fucking nasty cunt. If you don't, it's not my problem. Bye. But that's what we need. People like him who are just like, oh no, I lost 50,000 subscribers. Most likely it was 50,000 people who were also celebrating, or at the very least, encouraging or trying to justify people celebrating, say, oh, it's freedom of speech. If that's the case, you don't need them. So no loss for him. He lost 50 for every one of them that they lost. He probably gained like 2-3 more. So
rather have every single one of my accounts hit 0 before I give in to these people. So if you want to try and affect me or affect my income by unfollowing me, I don't care. I would much rather go back to a 9-to-5 job than let this kind of shit slide. And I know for a fact that over half of this country agrees with what I'm doing. So hopefully they start finding me pretty soon. So go ahead and do your whole mass unfollowing and everything like that, because again, I would rather see all my accounts hit 0 than letting you guys try and bully me into not doing this anymore. And if you agree with what I'm doing, please hit that follow button. Counteract their mass unfollowing of me.
Now, this is the person I actually talked about. And if you don't believe me, I did it September 12th. You can see liberals celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, are enjoying the effects, so fuck around and find out.
Today, I got fired from my job. I'm a real estate agent, and I got fired because something that I post in Instagram, and they called me to the office, and they asked me to remove everything, which I did. And after I removed the post and the picture that I put, I was told that I no longer work for the company. And all this is because my manager, Monica, and she's the one that created all this shady scenario. She's the one that pushed for me to lose my job. And today I'm outside my house because I don't have the balls to see my wife and tell her what happened, you know, and I had kids. And I'm going to tell you the whole story, and I'm going to show you the picture that I put in Instagram, because you need to see that to understand how severe was the problem that we have. And everything started yesterday, that we have an open house, and we have a very big client that has a huge home. It's kind of like a mini mansion. And they gave us the listing to my company.
Oh no, I posted something even though I have a 9-to-5 job, knowing that my company might disagree with the things I posted, but because I'm a stupid person, I still posted it anyway, and now I'm suffering the consequences of my actions. Oh darn.
If you're speaking on Charlie Kirk, be sure your job's not going to fire you behind it. Did you see the Carolina Panthers football team fired their football communications coordinator because of some posts he made? He posted, "Why are y'all sad? Your man said it was worth it." And even if you agree with him, you work in the NFL, like, ugh. And then he doubled down with protecting that, you know, the song from Wu-Tang Clan. Like, Charlie, what are you doing? Now, I don't know how long he was working with the Panthers, but he's not a Panther anymore. The Panthers immediately released a statement: "The views expressed by our employees are their own and do not represent those of the Carolina Panthers. We do not condone violence of any kind. We are taking this matter very seriously and have accordingly addressed it with the individual." So, in other words, goodbye. In more serious news, 3 HBCUs, Alabama State, Hampton University, Virginia State, have received campus threats. ASU and VSU are on lockdown, and Hampton has canceled classes for today and Friday. Why? The alleged shooter looks like this. Why are y'all threatening these campuses? Anyway.
People are just wild. Imagine being in a government job and celebrating someone. I don't even know what to say. Like, trolls on the internet is one thing, but when you're a public figure, that's wild. It is wild when you work for the government to come out and openly celebrate someone, a political ending of their existence.
Also, it gets even worse. These people, not him, so fucking disrespectful. Hang on, let me pull it up. All right, I found this as I was scrolling through to find it. You notice that they all have a certain look in common. Got the big fucking Karen glasses, the fucking nose bracelet, the mental what's it called? The mental illness bracelet. So her job at AAA, fired because, of course, she's a fucking raving lunatic who celebrates the death of someone. These people, and then they're gonna try to say that they're the good guys. If you're parading around and celebrating someone's death, you're not the good guy anymore. But anyway, hang on. Let me try to find what I was looking for. All right, here it is. Better video of the liberal piece of shit Ryder Coral to Charlie Kirk's memorial in Arizona. Make this Kamala Harris voting scumbag famous for all the wrong reasons. Oh, well, we got some fucking grannies up in there. Oh, God, that is... Oh. Hang on. Okay. Added my 2 cents. Those grannies getting in on that takedown action. I'm gonna come. But yeah. The dude's going around disrespecting this shit. And they, again, these are the people who think they're on the right side of history. They think they're the good guys. Then he gets arrested, showing him for the little fucking word that I was about to say, but not. The idiot that he is. Again, they think they're on the right side of history. They think they're the ones who are correct. They think they're the good guys. But anyway, more of this.
It is wild. This lady found out. It took less than a day. Most of these people are, it's taken less than a day. That guy at MSNBC, he, what was his name? He found out as well, but like live on the air, he was like, this is the environment you create and you have to live in it. And it's like, I can't believe, but this is public school dean. This is a major, this isn't like just some random side teacher. This was someone who influences our children. Have the day you deserve.
All they're doing is just showing us all how stupid they truly are, and actually showing us how stupid they think we are as well. Because what they're doing is they posted all of these videos expecting that we won't do anything about it. But yeah, come to find out.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
This is Justice for Charlie Kirk. Say hello to Maxwell Berger, a BSN RN from Detroit, Michigan. And just in case you're wondering what this nurse had to say, here you go. But don't worry, we'll make sure that the world and every job you ever apply to after this knows that you don't identify as he, him, but you identify as fired. If only I could find where you've worked and where you currently work. Man, if only I could just search on Google and find the address to said location and the phone number, which we can contact. Wait. I did find it. Does your employer know that you're up for surgery? Well, it's time that you are made aware that you are under surgery, which your job may be cut away from you. Your future may be cut away from you. But it's all for the betterment of the body. Because I, for one, don't want your hands anywhere near a body that is in need. What would your employers think when over 340,000 followers send them messages, emails, calls that your name was brought up on a video because of a post that you thought was funny, because of a death that you thought was hilarious, finally caught up to you? But don't worry, we'll send you our thoughts and prayers. And if you guys haven't smashed that follow button already, make sure you do, because we're going to enjoy the ride until we see it through. And for everybody that's been supporting me through Venmo and Cash App, thank you guys so much. Because we will continue to put in the work every day until individuals like this stop this hatred rhetoric, because there's no more games being played. They just opened a wound that they won't be able to close.
Now, I'm not saying anybody should do anything. If you want to check these people's pages, you can. I do not advocate for anything. I'm not that type of person. Let me just let you know that. But as I said, if you do want to check their page and you want to check their employers or you want to contact them, I don't know, if you want to do that, I'm not the one who will make you do that. I do not agree with this.
Name, shame, defame. Do you remember when you wouldn't get a COVID vaccine, so they told your job and they fired you? Do you remember when they made your life hell because you wouldn't bow down and get their clot shot? Now it's our turn. The website I'm going to post is where you can submit verifiable information on people who have celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. These people need to be fired. They need to be doxxed. They need to have their lives ruined. I have already...
It's true. You guys remember that? Oh no, you didn't want to take the shot? Well, time to ruin your life. Oh, what's that? Are you denying an election? Well, time to ruin your life. So again, we're just playing by the rules that the left has set. We're not making up the rules here. We're just playing by the set rules already.
Submitted 4 reports today to schools. One of them was a Christian school. 3 of them were middle schools. These leftist and liberal freaks are teaching your children to hate, to kill. They are turning your children into cannon fodder.
And despite what the left thinks, they are the ones responsible. When you villainize an entire group of people by constantly calling them heavy-loaded words like racist, white supremacist, Nazi, without any real evidence supporting that, for 10 years, we have been called fascists. We have been called Nazis. We've been called white supremacists, saying that we're voting to take away the rights of every woman, you know, trans individuals and this and that. And they are constantly cheering on the death of people they don't agree with, propping up those and making them into heroes. People like fucking Saint Fentanyl Floyd. The dude got a gold casket. He has monument or statues built in his honor. The dude was a career criminal who was overdosing on fentanyl. They celebrate him, but wonder why. Why would anyone celebrate Charlie Kirk? They glorify people who look at Luigi, what's his face? They made him into a fucking hero. They are the violent ones. They are pushing the violent rhetoric. They're teaching it in schools. They're teaching it in colleges. They're teaching you not to be a free thinker. Aren't they all about freedom and all that? But they're teaching kids, hey, if this person thinks differently than you, they're a racist, they're a fascist, they're a Nazi, they're a white supremacist. They're all these heavy-loaded words. They're telling them, cut them out of your life. You don't need to talk to them. If your parents are like that, cut them out of your life. Cut your friends out of your life who are like that. No matter how well your friends have treated you, if they vote or believe anything that these people on the right say, oh, then they're evil and they need to be removed from your life. But they're the side of love and tolerance and the right side of history, right?
And you're just going to sit there and let them? These people have infested every avenue of society, and we've allowed them to. And now look what they're doing. They're turning children into demonic little freaks. Leftists and liberals have no power. They are weak. So what they do is they go around behind people's backs. They subvert your children. They attack things that you cannot outright defend. They are vile beings, and they need to be eradicated from our society. You're going to celebrate.
So let me clear up. Eradicating, meaning the removal. We're not saying living, like we no longer want them living. But they clearly cannot function in normal society. They can't. You know, they're going around, they're, again, in schools, 911, dispatch. We saw one who was freaking in hospitals. These are the people who are cheering on the assassination of someone while they're also the same person. Oh my God, George Floyd. Oh, who went around burning shit for 8 goddamn months. And then they want to act like they're on the right side of history.
Were you there?
For somebody that passed, it's not. Oh,
It's
so
propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
alrighty. So,
What's your name? Carol. I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately,
So they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
that's
ago.
political propaganda, unfortunately.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
I printed
What makes it propaganda? Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. Yeah.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want
it's
to speak
totally
further
okay.
on
No,
the
we got
subject,
you.
if you would like to, you're welcome to.
These are the
I bet you anything if they came in and asked, if someone came in and said, could you print out something of George Floyd or Rainbow or Kamala Harris, they'd have no problem doing it. Bet you anything.
The type of people that we're dealing with. Again, these are the same people who preach empathy, who preach acceptance. They're hypocrites. Charlie Kirk was just assassinated due to their extreme rhetoric. Fascist, 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 Hitler, fascist, Hitler, fascist, fascist, fascist. Now we have leftists working at Office Depot who won't even let these people get their images printed. Think about it. The side of love, tolerance, and acceptance won't even print off a poster for Charlie Kirk after he was assassinated by a leftist extremist. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. Home Depot, are these the type of people you want representing your business? Is this how Home Depot wants to be represented? Is this the message you want to send out, Home Depot? Please let us know. These people are disgusting. All right, so that employee from Office Depot has been fired. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about, here's a video to catch you up to speed real quick.
For somebody that passed, it's not.
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
Alrighty.
The incident.
All right, here we are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed by our associate is completely unacceptable and insensitive, violates our company policies, and does not reflect the values we uphold at Office Depot. We sincerely apologize to the customer affected, and to our community for this regrettable situation. Upon learning of the incident, we immediately reached out to the customer to address their concerns and seek to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. So this woman was like, oh no, sorry, we can't do that. Well, apparently you can, because they had no problem doing it. If that was truly what it was, they would have stuck to their guns and said, no, we don't deal with political motivated and stuff like that. But they're like, no, we printed it out. We did what he wanted. So it was just her being a fucking cunt. It's to their satisfaction. We also launched an immediate internal review, and as a result, the associate involved is no longer with the organization. We are committed to reinforcing training with all team members to ensure our standards of respect, integrity, and customer service are upheld at every location. Our customers and communities deserve nothing less.
That occurred at store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior. Respect to you, Office Depot, for handling this quickly and efficiently.
What a time to be alive, where people are suffering the consequences of their actions and they can't cry and complain about things that are bad happening to them because, they engage in bad behavior and they suffer from the bad behavior that they engage in. They expected themselves to be bulletproof from all of this, and they expected that they can just say things without anything happening to them. But it's clear to see, the more you
fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
A few moments later.
I just had to block all of my friends because they just have such different political beliefs from me, and I thought that
they have such different political beliefs in her, and she thought that openly celebrating the murder, the assassination of someone, that they would just like, oh my god, we agree, we feel the exact same way. And then she's surprised that they were normal fucking people, and she's like, no, I can't have them in my life. She goes on to say that they've saved her life numerous times. I don't know, probably mental health issues, but these are people who genuinely seem to care, probably leftists like her, because I don't see this person keeping, like a centrist, more right-leaner like me as a friend. So they're probably all fucking raving lunatics on the left, but they were normal enough to be like, why are you celebrating his death? And she's like, oh my god, I have to block them. They're not celebrating. they must be far right extremists, and I can't have that negativity and toxicity in my life. If you want to see the video I made, just go watch the actual video. But and then there's what, The View.
Left or right, is just people being taken out because of their beliefs. There's just no place for this kind of violence in this country. I am heartbroken over it. I cannot believe that someone would kill another person because they were speaking their beliefs.
Well, for years, you and your allies in the media have been conditioning half of the country against the president, his supporters, and figures like Charlie Kirk. Trump is Hitler, his supporters are fascists, right-wing extremists is danger to our democracy, they're Nazis, you know the words. Yet you seriously sit here, acting surprised when lunatics who believe your words decide to take matters into their own hands. Your side burn and loot every time things don't go your way. Your side tried to assassinate the president multiple times. Your side burned Teslas all around the country and wanted Elon dead. Your side assassinated Charlie Kirk. Your side is currently celebrating it. So don't talk to me about, well, this is not a left and right issue. It is the left. It's only the left. It's ironically the Democratic side who engages in political violence and killings of figures they disagree with. And every time something like this happens, you come here, you tune down the rhetoric, crocodile tears, ooh, I can't believe this. Then a week later, you go right back at the dictator and fascist rhetoric again.
Oh, God. I wish I could show it, but I am so fucking hard right now. They are not saying anything. He is telling them exactly how it is. This is exactly what I was saying. They are the ones, when you sit here for 10 years and constantly call someone a dictator, a fascist, a white supremacist, a Nazi, and then you claim that everyone who supports that person, even in the smallest way, that they're like, I've saw people wanting the death of J.K. Rowling. She is as liberal as you get, but because she said that men cannot become women, they want her dead too. These people are fucking crazy. They come on and, like he said, crocodile tears. Oh my God, you saw on Twitter. Go on, and the same day that it was announced that Charlie Kirk had died, all these politicians, everyone who constantly calls us fascists and this and that, oh my God, we're so heartbroken over the death of Charlie Kirk. This kind of violence has and yet then they're right back calling Trump a fucking dictator and calling half of the country fucking Nazis. They don't fucking care.
So, you don't really care. You're just pretending. And for that, fuck you, and you in a corner too.
Yeah, I agree with him a lot.
Now, that looks at kind of at the end, especially with that fuck you. I think it might have been cut together, like this guy. Like, it seems like he may not be there. But honestly, what he's saying is true. What he's saying is true. They don't care. It's like I said and like he said. They come out, oh my God, our hearts are broken. But then the very next week, they're calling Trump and everyone who supports him or even agrees slightly with him, they're calling them fascists and Nazis and white supremacists and homophobes and transphobes. And then they're surprised when Trump gets shot at twice. They're surprised when Charlie Kirk is assassinated because of And then they went, oh, it has nothing to do with left or right. Oh, well, his parents were conservative, so it's... No. No. Stop with the fucking coping here and just admit that your side is pushing more of the violent rhetoric. I've said before, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Did you see one car burned? Did you see one store looted? No. We had vigils. We had moments of silence. They were New Zealand, South Korea, places all around the world were standing in silence for Charlie Kirk. Nothing was looted, nothing was burned. But keep telling us you're the side of love, tolerance, and the right side of history. But yeah, this was just one video. There's 2 others. We're not going to watch them, but you get the idea. There is more than enough people who are celebrating to where the left can't say, oh, that's not happening. That's not happening. What are you talking about? That's not... Bitch, please. Anyway. Charlie's memory will continue, despite whether they like it or not. You kill one Charlie Kirk, and you'll get 3 more in his place. Even louder than he was, because people are just tired of it. They're just tired of it. So, anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.